Right, so still some additional questions that I would like to go through. The next multiple choice topic I want to look at, all of this still falls under the first 6 questions, by the way. The next topic is ratio, meaning unequal sharing. I want to split up something, but everybody not getting the same amount, and this is what the ratio looking like. And once the numbers different, the people involved not getting the same amount. So I have 2 people, they call them Anna and Betty. So I'm just setting up my Anna and Betty there. And the ratio of Anna to Betty is 2 to 3. I know they will give me some additional information. And this one, they give me something specific. Anne receive $120. So I know Anne get 2 shares or whatever, splitting up. Betty get 3 shares. But now they're telling me Anne get 120. So under Anne name, I put in that 120. So this is Anne information. So far for Anne information, I'm just rewriting it in a different way. Anne get 2 shares or 2 pieces or whatever, splitting up. And they actually tell me how much her 2 shares going to total. 120, and in a ratio, as in most things in maths, you need to find for 1. So 1 share or 1 piece will be 120 over 2. So each of the shares I was giving out with $60. And they want Betty's share. Now Betty get 3 shares. But if each share is 60, 3 shares will be 3 times as much. 3 times 60, $180. That's my answer. Sometimes they could ask how much was shared all together. And if it was how much was shared all together, 120 at 80, 300. Or I give out 5 shares, 2 shares for Anne, 3 shares for Betty. So 5 by 60, still 300. But they could rephrase the question, and just to show you how they change up the question slightly. Same exact question, but they rephrased it. Anne and Betty share the sum of money in the ratio 2 to 3. If Anne receives $60 less than Betty, what was the total amount of money shared? So again, the phrasing makes it a little trickier, but it's the same exact question as you'll see. They just reword it. So still have that information, but what they're telling me now, Anne receives $60 less than Betty. So I'm going to minus the 2 shares. I know Betty get 3 shares and Anne get 2 shares. So the difference between their shares, Betty share minus Anne share, because Anne receives $60 less than Betty. 3 shares minus 2 shares. So 1 share is $60, because the difference between their shares is $60. I want to minus the 2 shares, because she gets 3 shares. So 1 share is 60. I still find for 1 share is 60. What was the total amount of money shared? So if 1 share is 60 and I have 5 shares, 2 for Anne, 3 for Betty, it will be 5 by 60. So my answer is going to be 300. Or if 1 share is 60, Anne share will be 2 shares, 2 by 60, 120. Betty receive 3 by 60, 180. I want to add it up. I'm still going to get the 300. So that's a different variation at that same question. Obviously, they have more ratio questions. The $560 is sharing the ratio 2 to 3 to 9. They give me the total this time. So 2 shares, 3 shares, and 9 shares is going to be 14 shares. Totaling what they're sharing up, which is 560. So as usually find for 1 share, 560 over 14, I'm going to get $40. And you could work it out just the difference between the largest and the smallest share. 2 shares will be 2 by 40, 80. 9 shares, 9 by 40, 360. And difference means subtract. I want to subtract those two. C280. Same idea here again. Just a rewording, similar to how they reword this one up here that we just looked at. Then the amount of money shared is 560. It's just a reversal of that same kind of question, but that's what they do a lot of now, because they know the multiple choice paper floating around and people just learn off answers. They tend to just reword it to throw you off. So you might see this question and think it's this one because you're done rehearsed this question already looking at it, and when you see it, all right, 280. But you have to make sure and read the question, because CXC knows that the paper's out there. So that's why they reword it. They didn't change it too much, but they reword it to suit. And again, we have, the next one here. 540 beads are shared in the ratio 4 to 5. What's going to be the larger share? Again, 4 to 5 means one person getting 4 shares, 5 shares. So in total I have 9 shares. 540 divided by 9, $60 a share. The larger share is the bigger number, which is 5 by 60. 300, and again, they have variations of this question. But once you have the general idea ratio, it shouldn't be too bad.